Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I was just wanting to record a short video to take you around the shop and maybe tell you why I decided to start this channel. So basically a short introduction to the channel. So starting out, the reason I started this channel, because probably like a plenty of you, I find YouTube as a valuable resource. And I use it all the time to conduct research and things like that. So I thought I could try to give back to the community and start my own channel. Also, I want to share some of the tips and trials that I go through and the things that I do. I'm a person that likes to do things myself. I don't like paying somebody for something I can do myself, unless it's one of those things that I just really hate to do, you know, like maybe roofing my house. So that's definitely one that I'd pay somebody to do for me. But I have a passion for a lot of different things, hence the reason it's What's Next DIY, because I never know what I'm going to be up to next. I get an idea in my mind and I go after it. No matter what it is, I do my best to get the job completed. Try not to stall too much on my projects and get those things done. So basically, that's why I want to start this channel, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content that I make. I still got a lot to learn about all of it, and hopefully you'll enjoy the ride. I know I will. All right, so let's get to taking you around the shop and kind of show you what I'm working with. All right, to start out, here's kind of one of my little projects that I made. This is my little tool rack I made for all my Ryobi gear, and I got a little bit of Porter cable. I switched to Ryobi after Lowe's stopped carrying a lot of selections of Porter cable. So I've accumulated a lot of stuff, and luckily for me, my wife's favorite color is green. So she doesn't get too mad when I buy new tools. And then over here we have this little workbench I made. I made this workbench when I very first moved in. I didn't have much equipment, so it's served me well so far. Got my little TV in here, which I rarely use when I'm in here because I'm usually busy. And here's some of the things that I really enjoy doing a lot of, and that is researching and designing different types of machines. This is my Laser Engraver. It's a 5-watt machine. You know, the manufacturer states it's a little higher there, but it's basically a 5-watt. And this is one I designed myself and 3D printed most of the parts. I used a lot of leftover stuff that I had from making some other machines. And it's working pretty good. There's one or two things that I need to kind of fix on it, but it works well for my purposes. And it was really fun to build. And here I have my 3D printer I designed and made. It's a big beast. It is powered by a Duet 3. I think it's called the Mini if I remember right. And I have dual extruders up here. These are, hopefully light's not too bad, these are orbiter extruders and NF zone hot ends. And then I got a CR touch over here for bed leveling. And then, so that's the one, and here's the other one. So it's a dual extruder unit. It's an IDEX unit, so it means that I can use either of these in certain different modes. And I still have to tune up some of my IDEX pieces of that, but as you can see, it's big machine and it works really well. I machined some of these, but this aluminum parts you see down here on my CNC that I made. So over here we have the CNC. codenamed Bessie because it's a big beast. So this is another machine I designed and built myself. I always try to go on the low side, so I got some AliExpress goodies on here, and of course some Amazon stuff and things like that. But it's a 2.2 kilowatt motor there. It's water cooled, and I'll show you the water cooler in a minute. It is lead screw, not lead screw, but ball screw driven on all axes. I got axis over here as well, so got that. And right now I have on it as a control board, I have this black box from Open Builds, and it does okay. I've got a project to do some updates to this thing that I plan on doing and sharing with you guys. I'll go back and show you guys the water cooler. So there's the water cooler for the unit down there. I'm using some RV Marine antifreeze as water, so I don't have to worry about it freezing up on me in the wintertime. And then here is the dust collection system that I put together for it. A little separator here. And then I've got this little wall mount cheap Win motor to dust collector that seems to be working pretty good for the cost. And then it's hosed up, kind of hung up here off the ceiling and down to the front of the machine. Here's the front of that cooler. It's another AliExpress special down there. It's been good so far. And then, so this little bracket holds my dust collection system here. This little plastic bracket, or this acrylic. I made that with this machine. Then we have my little computer workstation here that I use to control all my machines. I do most of my designing inside. Here's some failed parts I got down here that I made with the CNC, some aluminum parts. That was holding my bed for my 3D printer. It didn't work out real great. As you can see, there's a bunch of multiple pieces put together. I was trying to be a cheapo and not get a solid plate and end up spending more and end up buying a solid plate and machining my plate out of that. Here, got a little bit of my car stuff over here. Standard toolbox. And then over here, I got my wood rack that I made. Found something online and kind of designed something like it. This holds all my wood scraps and bigger sheet pieces that are left from different projects. And then I got some more racks up on the wall as well. So here's my main dust collection setup that I have for my wood shop. I'll show you here in a minute. It's a Harbor Freight special, but put a nice Win environmental filter on it, made a big difference. And I got a big chip separator from Oneida that I use. And then up here is tube goes into my wood shop. Another little Harbor Freight special here for my air compressor. I don't really use it very much, so Harbor Freight's just perfect for that. All right, so here's the wood shop. I apologize for the mess. Another piece of Win. It's my standing drill press. Use that a lot when making my CNC machine the first go, because I made my CNC brackets all with my wood shop equipment. Little router table that I don't use very much. Here is my woodworking table. As you can see, I had some projects I haven't cleaned up after myself like normal. Hopefully you guys can understand that. But this is another project I designed and built myself. Kind of got some little hidden dovetails over here and designed this little clamp over here on the side. It's all solid maple top, and then I used some other woods for the base. And that's that. Some of my clamps and tools up here on the wall. You can see my dust collector. This is something old that the guy left for me that lived here before. This old grinder, I don't even know if it turns on. Got my thickness planer, Wood River. It's kind of a copy of one of the popular models out there. Works pretty good. Some more clamps, some more clamps. Old stuff from the guy before. Kind of bolts and nuts and things and miscellaneous crap. Then I got a Grizzly 8-inch jointer that I use. And then over here, this is my old table saw that I started out with. A little toolbox that I made. I made this at my brother's house out in his garage with next to nothing as far as tools go. I think I pretty much did everything by hand on this one. And that stores a lot of my woodworking tools. Alright, so we got my table saw. This is the Delta model that they sell at Lowe's. For my needs, it works pretty good. A little sled that I made also works pretty good. Came in handy doing the aluminum work. And then I have a Ryobi bandsaw here, 14-inch. I use it from time to time. Works pretty good. And then I got this is from my construction days, and I still use it. Is this Milwaukee 12-inch miter saw. It's been a great saw for me. And then on this Menard stand, one day I want to make some cabinets and make some nice things. But here's a little work table that I made when I initially made it. It was just to it was supposed to fold up and all that stuff, but it's become a permanent fixture here. And I got some wood and some cut off piece from a chopping board that I made there on the side. And then these old cabinets, they were here when I moved in, and I just used them to store my paints and stains and things like that. And then I need to change the filters on. Little dust collector machine to kind of clean out the air, and it does a pretty good job. This is another handmade thing that I came up with. Got a window fan using it to pull the air through, so it works pretty good. It was a fun little cheap project to do. And that's pretty much it for my wood shop. And I'll show you one other thing I made, and that is the stand that my printer is on. So that kind of keeps my filament down there. And I got a little table that the Laser Engraver's on. It folds out, it folds down and kind of out of the way if I ever so choose to do it. I just had a bunch of scraps laying around and needed to make a stand for the printer to be able to roll it around, and that's what I was left with. Alright, so that's the tour of the shop. Just kind of, like I said, show you what I'm working with, and maybe give you guys some ideas of what kind of projects I might be interested in doing, because my goal here is to make enjoyable content for you guys, and I hope that it can be a little bit interactive. So I have a few projects planned. I'm currently working on a solar series. I'll link it in the video. But I'm about halfway done with that video series. And once I get that done, I'm looking forward to seeing what your comments are as to what you might want to see next, and add that interactive flavor to the channel. So some of the projects that I have that I need to do for the DIY side, I've got some garage door openers to install to replace my existing, and I have a ceiling fan, an outdoor ceiling fan for my deck that I need to replace. I already have it and need to take care of that. So that's a couple of the DIY things that I have planned in the future for everybody. And then on the 3D printer side, I still need to tune out some of the IDEX features of my 3D printer. So I need to work through that, and hopefully I might document that. And then also on the 3D printer, I have some filament holders that I plan on printing with some kind of see-through material, and also some seals with the ability to store desiccant so that I can keep some of my filaments clean and dry. And then on the CNC side, I have a huge project coming up with it. So it might be a while down the road, but basically I'm going to do a rework on the CNC and convert it over to Linux CNC, and I'm going to beef up some of the components to the chassis, and that's going to be fun. And I have some new motors for it. I have some hybrid steppers. I'm just using standard steppers right now because there's some features on my CNC that I don't like the way it is right now. The controller is very limited. It's a very basic controller. It gets the job done, but I want a few more advanced features, and I really want the ability to kind of speed up my aluminum milling process. Right now I got to take it really slow, and I got to be careful not to put too much speed into it, because there's a little bit of rigidity that needs to be straightened up. So I'm going to make some heavy duty changes to this guy. So that'll be a fun series, and there'll be a lot to it, so hopefully everybody get to learn something. And then on my laser, I have a plan to replace the brackets on the carriage with some aluminum milled brackets. The goal there is to add a little bit of rigidity to it. I have a little issue with it and homing, so after it homes, it doesn't exactly stop in the same place every time, because there's a little bit of flex in the carriage. So I want to take care of that, and then I might upgrade it to one of the dual beam lasers to get a little more power out of it. And maybe one day, just maybe, I'll get me a CO2 laser for some heavier duty stuff. But until then, comment down below on what you might like to see me do, and I would love to record it for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.